That monster is out there somewhere. I will be just like him. I'll be better than you. And all she wants is to slay that monster. I will not rest until that monster pays for what he did to you. And he just wants her to come home. Artemis, please, don't do this. And you? Where did you go? Where have you been? We need you. I hate that place. For everything that it was, for what it did to us. But it was home. The time spent at the facility were the worst years, but they were also the best years of my life. I got to spend them with my family, with you, Artemis, Strong, and him. They told us we were going to be the best. They promised us we were going to be heroes. But it was all a lie. We were just raised to be tools for the government to use. They used us. And they used you the most. Back then, our team was amazing. Artemis was able to shoot light from her fingertips. Strong, he was very strong. He could lift a car at the age of 10. You were something else. You would just look at us, and you would just use our power so effortlessly. You would fly in the air, even though I was such a crybaby back then. I could barely get 2 inches off the ground without falling on my ass. With practice, you were able to outlift Strong and had better accuracy than Artemis, even with her own quirk. You were truly amazing. If only I was better. If I was better, they would have chosen me for that mission, not you. And you'd be here. You'd know what to do. You always knew what to do. This fight, this war that's happening tomorrow, I'm in way over my head. God, I hope Endeavor had enough time. Were there enough heroes? Are they willing to help? Oh, God, I am so tired. I forgot who started it. If I remember correctly, I think Artemis was the one who suggested it. When she came to the facility at birth, she was assigned male. And in coming to her own and discovering her power, she decided to take on a new identity. And she decided on Artemis, the goddess of the hunt. With her light arrows, it was very appropriate. Strong was a little bit more meat-headed, but he decided on his name because one day he would arm wrestle All Might, and he would be the strongest person in the world. I couldn't think of a hero name then. Artemis and Strong would tease me, and they'd call me Bird Brain or Featherhead. It was years later on my birthday. You gave me the perfect hero name. I still use it to this day. I wish you knew that. You actually had a lot of struggle with your hero name too, I remember. He gave it to you, though. It was perfect. After 20 minutes of thinking, we all looked at him, the little voice at the table. And he said, Angel. Your hero name should be Angel. was never more right in that moment. I remember that we laughed pretty hard. But then you shut us all down. And you accepted that name. And you accepted it with pride. I think he blushed a little bit. And that was the widest he had smiled the entire time he was at the facility. And then we asked him, "What's your hero name gonna be?" And then he looked at us. He said he had something planned out, but he didn't think he deserved it yet. And so he looked at us and he said, "Just call me Toya for now." The 5 of us trained so hard when we were at the facility. So rigorously that there were some days where they wouldn't stop until we couldn't stand anymore. I was so useless then. The night I fell in love with you. It was the night when you walked into my room and you caught me crying. I was so embarrassed that you saw me crying. But you looked at me and you said, "Keigo, one day you're gonna be the world's greatest hero. You're gonna be so amazing." I never forgot those words. No, that's not right. I was always in love with you. I just think I finally admitted it to myself in that moment. I think you always knew. Well, I hope you always knew. Do you know that it's you that I think about every time I fly? From the moment when my toes leave the floor and I spread my wings and my head is up in the clouds, it's always you that I think about when I'm up there. I don't know if it's because I think I could reach you when I fly, or is it some sick way that I developed? I remember when I first did it though. I was getting my ass kicked by Academas. I don't blame her, she's deadly accurate. But then I looked at you, and I heard you cheering for me. And then I jumped. And then I kept not coming down. I was very high up in the gymnasium, and it hit me. I was flying. I still lost that fight, but that was the very first time I ever flew. You gave me so many fond memories. I wish I was more miserable of a person, but every time I think of you, I can't help but to smile. And it makes me so sad. I wish I could forget you. I wish I could forget that night, that wonderful night you and I had together. I was blowing off steam. I had just gotten into a big fight with Toya again, and you came in to calm me down. I wouldn't come down. I was flying too high to want to listen to you. But when you use our quirks, they never feel like a copy. Even though in that moment you're using my quirk, when you spread your wings, they don't look like my wings. They're yours. They're the wings of an angel. That's not being hyperbolic. You are literally an angel sometimes. And when you fly, I'm always captivated. As you flew up to me, you were getting ready to slap me across the face, and it hurt real bad. You told me to go apologize to Toya, and I was being very stubborn and said I wouldn't. And so you said that if you beat me in a race, that I would have to go apologize to Toya. I was such a knucklehead. I remember I said that if I won, you'd have to go on a date with me. I ended up apologizing to Toya that night, but he was still so angry at me he wouldn't open up his door. So I said sorry, but I don't know if he really hurt me or not. I kept thinking about where I'd take you on that date. Maybe a flyover of Tokyo. I think I know a good chicken place that we can go to. How would you react if I told you that I loved you? No. You would just go on that pity date with me. It'd be the best day of my miserable life, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. The day you went missing, they kept telling me that you were gone. They never found your body, so that means I have a little hope. I'm gonna find you one day. I'm gonna bring you home. God, I miss you. This is gonna be an ad for the Doki Doki Jukebox Patreon. That's right, the Doki Doki Patreon is back, and it's better than ever. That's right, it's juicier, thicker, and better than it's ever been. Because it's affordable. Yeah, get that shit. So I went back, did some thinking, and I made improvements. Ones that work better for me, and for you, the listener. And over time, I will make changes to the tiers, make them better, more awesome, and sick as hell. So let's get to the brass tacks. What's going on? The first tier we have is the Doki Doki Supporter. This tier is for those who just want to support and be a good noodle and help me quit my fucking job. The more of you that help, the more I can make content, and it'd be better than ever. For the support on this tier, you'll get access to most Patreon posts and be a part of Q&As. And you get my undying love. Are you uncomfortable yet? Good, you should be. The next tier is the Doki Doki Lovers. You like Doki Doki content so much that you get it a week early. Wow, time travel. That's sick as hell. You get access and download all Doki Doki content, even the NSFW ones. You know, the crap I can't post on YouTube, because YouTube is evil. Next up is the Doki Doki Cultist. Wow, you really do like me, don't you? In this tier, I join you in battle. I'll follow you back on Instagram, and you get access to special stories, Q&As, and hangout sessions. Hell yeah. Let's be friends, and drink some Kool-Aid. This last tier is actually a joke, but it was too funny for me not to actually put it up there. This tier is the Doki Doki Producer. But if you do it, it basically makes me your little bitch. I'm kidding. I'm a strong, independent man that needs no man. Wait, what? We'll be best buds, and you get access to my personal Discord, so we could talk about whatever you want. You become a permanent member on my Discord, and with any future streams, you're an automatic mod. But that's not even the best part. You get to make the audio for the week. You're in charge. Whatever you want, just as long as it's rated PG-13. And at the end of the day, it's your audio. When we're done recording, you'll be sent a special version that has your name in it, because you've always wanted to be your name. Isn't that right, Karen? Anyway, thank you. And consider joining the Doki Doki Jukebox Patreon. Have a good day. Goodbye.